Welcome to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. The Ezra Miller saga just keeps getting deeper and deeper as the actor continues to create more problems for themselves. Now it involves Vermont's Child Services Department, and this has to do with the woman who is reportedly living on his farm with her 3 children. So now let's see what Ezra Miller is now up to. Police are looking to locate a 25-year-old mother and her 3 young children who had been living at Ezra Miller's Vermont farm, with officials citing concern that the Flash star is shielding their whereabouts, Rolling Stone has learned. Over the weekend, Vermont State Police repeatedly attempted to serve the mother an emergency care order that demanded the children's removal from her care at the home over fear of their safety. But Miller claimed the family hasn't lived there in months, which the Vermont State Attorney's Office said seemed like an attempt to evade service of the order. It was during one of these visits to find the mother that Miller was served a citation for a burglary charge for allegedly breaking into a house and stealing several bottles of alcohol in May. You would think that an actor who makes as much money as Miller does wouldn't need to break into someone's home to steal alcohol. Is Ezra Miller incapable of going to the store and purchasing alcohol? Is that just too much for the actor? Several police cars arrived at the property on Tuesday night, according to photos reviewed by Rolling Stone. As a local source confirmed, officers were at the house for nearly an hour. But it is not clear if officials were at Miller's property over the emergency care order or another matter. It was also unclear if anyone was removed from the home. A spokesperson for the Vermont State Police Department referred a request for comment to the Vermont Department for Children and Families, who declined to comment, citing confidentiality. Yeah, this is a really sticky situation now. This is really unfortunate. The welfare of these children really needs to be determined, and I don't believe that being in a house where there are loaded weapons and bullets lying all about is the safest place for these children to be. I mean, they're simply too young, and I don't think Ezra Miller is competent enough to have young children in the house like that. State police had turned up to the sprawling Stamford property at least twice over the weekend in an attempt to serve the mother the order requested by the state attorney's office regarding the care of her 3 children, aged 1, 4, and 5, according to the court order. In June, Rolling Stone reported that Miller had been housing the family since mid-April. Yeah, I did a video on that. After they had met the woman and her children in their home state of Hawaii in March. Sources had raised alarm bells over the children's safety, claiming there were unattended guns lying around the home, and alleged they saw the 1-year-old put a stray bullet in her mouth. At the time, the children's mother said Miller helped her escape from an abusive partner and the, quote, ranch had been a healing haven for us, unquote. Yeah, I'm real sure of that. But based on a DCF caseworker's affidavit, the state attorney's office had requested 2 emergency care orders over the past week that sought to transfer legal custody of the children over to the state. The court concludes that remaining in the home is contrary to the child's welfare because the child's safety cannot be reasonably assured if the child remains in the custody of the child's parent, guardian, or custodian, the order states. The order notes that police had been trying unsuccessfully to serve the order all weekend. Miller, the owner of the residence, advised that mother and the children had not been staying there for the past 2 months, the order reads. This contradicts information the DCF caseworker presented to the court in her affidavit, as Mother was posting on social media in late July 2022 that the caseworker recognized as the inside of Miller's residence. Yeah, so now there is proof that Ezra Miller has been lying. The mother had been active almost daily on Instagram, posting quotes, selfies inside Miller's home, and snapshots of the property before going dark on social media around mid-July, with her account seemingly deleted. Yeah, it sounds like Ezra Miller probably got her to delete her account. A hearing is scheduled for the matter later this week. A rep for Miller did not immediately reply to Rolling Stone's request for comment. Yes, nobody wants to comment on Ezra Miller's behavior, especially not Warner Brothers. When is Warner Brothers Discovery and its CEO, David Zaslav, going to acknowledge that there is a serious problem with Ezra Miller being in one of their movies that's supposed to be released next year, aka The Flash? It's been a bumpy week for Miller, who was charged with felony burglary after allegedly breaking into a local resident's home and stealing several bottles of booze in May. Police said in a press release there was enough probable cause to charge Miller after reviewing surveillance videos and collecting statements. Police noted that Miller had only been served a citation for the charge on Sunday. Their arraignment is scheduled for September 26th. Concerns about Miller's ongoing behavior has seemed to reach its peak, with all eyes on Warner Brothers to see how the studio will handle the situation, considering they are the star of its upcoming DC Comics film, The Flash, scheduled for a June 2023 premiere. The company is in cost-slashing mode after its merger with Discovery, which already saw a nearly finished Batgirl canned entirely. Yes, and I did a video on that a few days ago too. Miller has not spoken publicly about the multiple allegations that have stacked up against them, apart from an Instagram story in mid-June that read, "You cannot touch me, I am in another universe." They deleted their Instagram account shortly after. Yes, well, Miller kind of made it known that either he's just lying through his teeth, poking fun at authorities, or he has a psychological disorder. In March, the actor racked up a string of arrests for disorderly conduct while vacationing in Hawaii. In June, Chase Iron Eyes and Sarah Jumping Eagle went public with allegations that Miller had groomed and brainwashed their 18-year-old child, Dakota, a well-known Standing Rock activist who also uses the name Gibson. Weeks later, a Massachusetts mother obtained a temporary harassment prevention order against Miller on behalf of her 12-year-old child. Deadline and Business Insider released investigations on Miller soon after, which contained allegations of Miller allegedly harassing a woman in Germany, interviews with the woman he had seen on camera choking in Iceland, and close friends detailing their fear that the actor was out of control. Well, yes, and this is just another example of Miller being out of control. The safety of those children is definitely highly questionable. And if the state feels that it's time for those children to be removed, then Miller needs to let the police do what they are supposed to do. This has really gone into a very questionable place. What is going on with those children? What is Ezra Miller doing? Is he there? I assume that he is. What is going on? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.